Wham, bam, shangalang, and the sha la 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 thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. The everlasting, scrumtulescent, DC loving
Duh.
podcast. I am your host, toting the line, here with Chris.
I am your hostess cake. Hey yo.
And we are also here with the voice of the voiceless who has his finger on the pulse of gaming.
I try to keep my fingers on all the pulses. Thank you.
That is the vampire Lestat, aka Tristan.
Sounds like a fucking night nurse. I got my finger on all the pulses.
Night nurse. Yes, I have my fingers on all the pulses.
And the wham bam shangalang and the sha la la ula thing. Do we have to go over the rhetoric? I think we should.
No, we don't. Well,
No?
yeah, no, that you rhetoric. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We do. Go ahead, do it twice.
I fucking hate you. Ladies and gentlemen, you can leave us feedback at thephoenixpodcast.com. Or as the concubines down there on L Street like to say, you can leave us a voicemail at 678. Do I do that twice? Just 678? 678? Yeah. So you can leave us a voicemail at 678-753-5144. That is 678-753-5144. As I was
I feel
stalling.
like you're trying to make a joke there.
No, I was stalling so I could look for the number because I knew it, but I didn't know it. And I wasn't sure it was right.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the little things that fucking get me.
Yeah. So
That's what she said.
Which one
So,
are we
yeah,
gonna? We're gonna talk about some things on the pod, the program. A lot of video games this episode because the E3s are coming this week, and there's a lot that's going to be announced. We'll get into that later in the show. Chris, I'm going to let you decide: Guardians or Wonder Woman first.
Guardians.
Yeah, 2017's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, directed by James Gunn, with Sir Bradley Cooper, Dave Bautista.
Bautista.
Yeah.
It's Bautista, it's Bluetista, it's Bautista,
Yes.
it's Batista.
We'll go with that. We like that. We like that. It's very concubinage.
Barista. Half-calf.
Tristan, what did you think of it?
D-Bat.
D-pad. Honestly, I was okay with it. I thought it felt like
Oh, well, that's good.
yeah, or else.
Yeah.
Ugh, it would have been a no. I thought it was pretty good. It felt like a TV episode, but just on a grander scale. So I like how contained everything was. I didn't really feel like there was many loose ends. In general, it looked visually appealing. They certainly could have done a lot more with Mantis. But I mean, they stuck to what they knew in terms of the formula for what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy and what they do with most Marvel movies. And yeah, I think it was pretty good, honestly.
Overall score?
Scores? What out of 10?
No, I'm just joking. You don't gotta give
Oh.
a fucking score. What are you, Roger Ebert? I don't give a shit about score.
Well, Chris, what did you think? What did you like, hate, dislike, love?
I didn't hate a goddamn thing about this movie. I like it a lot. Well, I'm not saying I like it a lot more than the first one, because that makes it seem like the first one was shit, which it wasn't. Because I did that thing where you watch the one that comes before it, before you go see the new one.
Touche.
And was thoroughly reminded of how much fun and enjoyable the first one was right before you go see some shit that just upscales that. And they just double down on all of the greatness that the first one was. Even though I like the fact that Marvel in I guess in their infinite wisdom, they did the thing. They changed something that was a part of a character's origin, and it still didn't fuck it up. like they changed around how I guess Peter Quill came to be, and his father being Ego the Living Planet, which from source material we know is not how that came to be. But what they did with that, I thought was fucking grand. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good play on a character that does exist and a way to fit him in to the already existing and expanding Marvel Cosmic Universe. I thought that was great to introduce him. I thought it was great to introduce the original Guardians, which is a lot of the people that we saw led by Sylvester Stallone's character, which would be Starhawk. But fucking Yondu was my shit throughout the whole movie. He was a lot of my shit in the first movie.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah, but in this movie, he really his character got some real development. He flourished a lot. I love the fact that the needle he was using, that was the way they continued to have him use that, because in the original Guardians in the comic, he was a fucking archer, and I hate archer. I can't stand that shit. But
Hanzo Mains.
Fucking Hanzo Mains. Yeah, I can't stand that shit. But this was a really good play on a lot of things that exist within the realm of Cosmic Marvel and the Guardians universe. So, plus the whole thing with Yondu and Peter, it brought up some dad issues, some father shit, and I got choked up because I come from a place where that sort of shit is relevant. So that meant a great deal to me. That whole moment that they had in the deep recesses of space, the cold darkness of space, and the whole funeral. I'm basically telling you guys the whole fucking movie like you didn't see it, but it was just everything. The banter between the original cast, the way they scooped up Mantis, brought her in. I liked how they did the whole thing with Nebula and Gamora and their whole, sibling rivalry. Fucking Drax is perfect. I don't think anybody could nail that character the way Dave did. Shit, Rocket was amazing, and who the fuck hates Baby Groot? Not a person on this goddamn planet, I think.
So,
he was almost too cute.
Yeah, I mean, he was cute. He was badass. He had awesome moments. He was doing crazy shit. Even when he was doing stupid shit, it was cute. So,
what would you say is your favorite part of the movie?
Of the whole movie?
Yeah. Is there a scene in particular that you thought, oh, this is fucking awesome?
Yeah.
Or hilarious?
Yeah.
If it's the thing I think you're going to say, Chris, I'm going to scream, just so you know.
Yeah, it's the part where Kraglin was eating the fucking... Kraglin was eating whatever their version of, space pirate slop is. And the shit, why am I forgetting the names of these people? Aisha's people. Anyway, their fucking spaceship pods were just popping up in space as he was singing the fucking Ram Dam Shamalama Ding Dong song. As that was happening, the visuals on that for when and he was just like, holy shit. Like when all of the ships just started popping up in the middle of space, that was rad as fuck to me. I love that moment a lot. That, and also the banter between Drax and Mantis. Whenever they were on screen together, that shit was just fun.
Well, he was like, you are absolutely hideous. I'm hideous? Well, don't worry. What that means is when someone loves you, they truly love you because they love you for what's on the inside. I was like, bro.
Yeah. There's a lot of deep shit going on in that movie. A lot of weird shit, a lot of deep shit, a lot of good action, lots of comedy, which is the very core of the Guardians. That's their piece de resistance.
It's funny.
I think fucking comedy, the hijinks.
My favorite parts were not the comedy, actually. Not to say that it wasn't good. It just.
What was your favorite part of it?
When Ego told Peter that he gave his mother the tumor or whatever, and mid-explanation, you like because you expect like Peter to be all like surprised and like shocked and like, oh my god, how could you? No, I'm just gonna blast your fucking face out.
Yeah, he just
literally.
It was very very John Wick in the way when John Wick finally cornered that little shit who killed his dog and stole his car. His dog that his dead wife left him, mind you, which is because there's a lot of people who fucking being ridiculous about the reason why John Wick was going off in the first movie. Oh, it's just a dog in a car. No, his wife died, and the dog was the last piece of his wife. And then this little shit killed the dog and then stole his car. So when he finally cornered this kid, he didn't give him no big fucking, send-off line or any kind of cool, catchphrase like heroes and whatever usually do in movies. He just put one in his head and walked away. That was it. And that was probably the most badass fucking thing I've ever seen in a movie. That's basically how Peter shot Ego in the face. Yeah. He didn't think about it.
He just kept going. It was great.
Yeah. That was to me that was also one of the coolest moments of the movie.
I would say my favorite moment.
And all of the space shit. Sorry, I love all the space shit.
And pirates. Yeah. Had to have been when Rocket was in the forest and they were playing Southern Nights. And he thoroughly got enjoyment of fucking with them.
That was so good.
Which is half the reason why I was just like, oh, I'm Rocket out of the group of people that we hang out with. And I'll go into detail about why I named everybody that in my explanation of why I enjoyed this film. I also like the part where he was in the chair and he's like, my name's Taserface. And he just starts out laughing. And he's like, what was scrotum hat taken? I think
Rocket's the best, man.
I think what
also new Rocket solo comic book on sale now. Pick that up.
Yes. Go pick up my comic. I think what made me love that movie so much is because the message of it was very strong in the regards of just because you're related to someone by blood doesn't necessarily make them family. And even if it is family that is chosen, at the end of the day, that is family. And the Guardians as a unit, if you look at the beginning of the movie, they're still learning each other. They're still a broken unit. And I know, right? And you can tell that by when Ego came and saved them from what are the people called? I'll just call them the Golden People.
Yeah, I continuously forget the name of these people.
And the Fat Man's here now.
And it's stupid that I keep forgetting who they are.
So basically, when Aisha's people, the Golden Testicles, join the group,
the Golden Lords. I don't know why I keep forgetting. That's
and you're supposed to know these things.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's very disconcerting. I don't.
But basically, when Ego saved them, and Rocket's like, "Oh my God, the 1-inch man! He helped us." And then when Ego shows up, and then Drax and all them leave to go with Ego, Rocket was genuinely pissed, and you could see that on his face when he was purposely being a dick towards Star-Lord. And again, I equated that as I was watching this movie, I was equating that to us,
you being a dick.
Well, that too. It was kind of like how Comic-Con weekend, and I know we always talk about Comic-Con on the show because we just had so much fun. Look at how that weekend went. Us as a unit became more stronger, I guess. Became a better bond. There you go. I didn't know the word I was looking for. Fuck it.
Better bond. Now we're going into fucking Naruto territory.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what they went through on their journey. That at the end of that movie, and they even said it you guys argue all the time, even though we don't really argue. We just yell at each other playing Overwatch. Tristan. And And it's kind of like at the end of the day, we're all friends and we have each other's backs on a lot of situations, and that's what they are. That's what they had. And throughout the whole movie, I'm sitting here like, yeah, Chris, who did I say you were? Did I say you're Star-Lord? Drew's Drax. Tristan is Baby Groot. And the reason why
Okay.
And I'm Rocket. And the reason why I call Tristan Baby Groot is because Tristan really doesn't say too much. But when shit pops off, yeah, that's not the one I would probably want to piss off the most. Maybe the fat man, but not him. But in a lot of ways, like that's kind of our dynamic in a roundabout way. Like if we go out, I'm always the one that apparently says the most offensive things, aka Rocket, and I'm always the one that's getting yelled at by Tristan, aka Groot. And Chris, you just get away with too much shit, and it all comes back to be blamed on me. So. And then Drew's like the muscle of the whole situation. So there's that. I think Guardians, for the story that they told, was a great story. I think that it also sets them up for Infinity War because, according to Chris Pratt, when they first meet the Avengers, they don't like each other at all. So I think
that's how it's always been with them. Like for some reason, Marvel has this thing where any clique of superheroes initially when meeting the other don't get on. It's the same thing that happened with the X-Men and fucking literally everybody else. I think the only team that meshes well with everybody originally was the Fantastic Four. I don't know, maybe that's because of Sue Storm, but like Thing doesn't really get along with anybody. He fucking hates the Hulk and he's always arguing with whoever, like Colossus, whoever the strong man on the team is. The Thing ain't getting along with you. So that's just how that works with Marvel when, as far as that's concerned. But nobody really gets along with the X-Men anyway, because the X-Men have some sort of, because they're so discriminated against, they don't really trust anybody else and people don't really treat them the same way because of it. Like it's a weird dynamic that Marvel has built with that sort of shit.
How are those new Guardian comics? Hey, hello everyone, by the way.
What the hell?
Yeah, Drew's in the studio.
Yeah, I'm late to the studio. How are
the Guardians? The new Guardians books are good. Well, it depends. It's about
I am for
4.
Kind of wizardry.
Yeah, it's about 3 or 4 Guardians books currently running. But
I have not started not one of them.
All right. Well,
I mean,
get into it.
Well, all the new X comics have kind of consumed me. Generation X, X-Men Blue. I haven't started Gold. I read the Cable. Like they just have this big launch of X stories, and of course that Deadpool versus Punisher. Nothing is better than that right now.
Chris, mind you.
Except maybe Bullseye.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. Wait, that 5th one is going to be the last one, right?
Yep.
All right, so that came out today as we're recording this. I mean,
2017.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I said like on the last show we did, I wanted to do a little comic recap because Phoenix and I have been indulging much more reading compared to in the past. We still haven't been able to get Tristan around to that, but anime and fighting games is more Tristan thing anyway.
Well, since you're here, Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah, did y'all all do your Guardians feedback real quick?
Well, we're doing the Guardians feedback, and now that you're here, you can let us know what you think of the I was getting ready to say the blank daglage, the finaglage that you saw, because I want to jump into that accent so bad right now. Like, goddamn flim flam, boy. Go ahead. I want to do this accent so bad, but I can't because it's going to go into very uncharted Donald Trump territory.
Yep.
Which finaglage of this week?
Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Your thoughts?
I liked it. It's interesting how, like, even before I saw it.
Well, that's great. Now that we're moving, no, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Well then, no. Before I actually saw it, you didn't tell me anything, but you did say like you can't walk into it expecting like a sequel of how you really expect sequels of movies. So it was more development of the team, in a very and not direct sense of like the Avenger films too, of how the team came together, and then in the second film of how they like either meshed well together in their pros and cons in Avengers 2, where they, even though they were friends and had a respect that with a goal. So like it just shows I think it's good where it shows the dynamic between two totally different teams, and when they meet and when they're met with conflict. The ending really pissed me. I mean, it didn't piss me off, but it was like it ended on a very somber note, but it still like a dedication. The whole thing they did was pretty cool. And I mean, it kind of this lays a platform with going into the next one, where a lot of this movie was just around Star-Lord's
Lineage.
lineage and his like wanting to know of like how he got to where he's at, of what his origins and stuff. But it brought the team closer in other aspects, also things they go. And Baby Groot was just everything for the movie too. It was it's real dope. That's why I do need to read the comic to see, because they're very totally different characters, but they have a more comedic side to them, so it's very dope.
Baby Groot is the Groot that they're using in the comics right now.
Yeah.
Well, the Guardians titled one, not the like the extra ones and all the other stuff, but the original Guardians titled current run is they're using Baby Groot, because I mean I've said it a bunch of times on and off this show that whatever is
in the movies,
the deal in the movies will be adhered to in the fucking comics, because that's what sells.
I was going to say, why they went with a Baby Groot? Because apparently, like, they were going to do regular size Groot in this movie, but the reason why they went with Baby Groot is because James Gunn was like, "Yeah, this is going to make a ton of money."
I mean, I feel it was a great. It was a great addition. The toys aspect of it, and I mean,
plus
Tracy watching it.
Continuity's sake, the way it ended in the first one, he would still have to be a baby, because it's not like a lot of time passed since that.
Yeah. Just from the first fight in the beginning, and then with him dancing around, the shit is he's hilarious. So
that had everybody cracking up and just enjoying, just having a time in the theater during that time. Like between that and just music selection and the choices they use for stuff like that, doing a fantastic job. Like James Gunn's doing a great job with having that precious little nothing that turned into fucking everything for so many people, because there's so many people who had no idea that the Guardians even existed.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with them at all.
Yeah, and people who knew that the Guardians existed would have never thought that it would work live action, or that it would even be this big, or this popular, or this well respected and loved.
I think it's real big because I mean there's so much of Space Marvel that they haven't even touched, but regardless, I mean they can't.
Yeah, Cosmic Marvel.
Yeah, there's so much.
Just so you know, they've already said today, actually, the interview went out that Guardians Volume 3 will blow the lid off of the cosmic space for the MCU.
Oh well, I mean,
I don't have time.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting them. I wasn't expecting them to really
won't even be alive.
Time for this.
I was
a lot of time.
I didn't think they would dig deeper into it, but I feel like
we only have to wait till 2020.
Well, I mean that's only if Trump.
All right.
That's only if Trump doesn't destroy the United States by then. But I feel like they set a great platform for Infinity War and for meshing Earth Marvel with Cosmic Marvel.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arf
Marvel.
Arf.
But bringing the Avengers along with the Guardians, it's like they kind of set and I feel in like Thanos really has to like it has to be some. It's definitely not going to be Heath Ledger Joker shit, but it has to be some like vein
Chinese
level.
food, no our food here.
Shut up.
But
I think
God
this
damn
is
it,
gonna be
Rocket.
larger than life.
But no, he has to.
I don't-
No,
He has to
You don't
be.
have to think he has to be. Like if
He has to be.
especially
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be the size of Bane shit. It's not gonna be that. Like Bane was a small scale thing.
I don't. But I know.
Yes.
No, but I still think that Bane was implemented so well the way they wrote him, and like he was evil as fuck. So I just think that even with all the little glimpse of Thanos that we get now, that it just has to be like 110% of him in Infinity War and any cosmic going forward. Because like I mean,
If it's any way he looks on that throne, it's gonna be fucking larger than life.
yeah, it has. But the biggest thing why I mean, it has to be, and I just want it to be too, is because how Fox really fucking pissed me off with Apocalypse. Like that was like I was really burned.
We don't talk about the X-Men here.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. We're not
Not
going
their
into
movies
that.
anyway.
Yeah, we're not going into it. But I will forever be burned by it.
Think of it this way. Now, and I mark my words, when we're all sitting there, because it's going to happen. Della, you're not invited, but you're going to get us the tickets.
Della dollars.
But think about it.
Get us our tickets, dildo.
Yeah, dirty dick Della. So think of it this way, because this is going to happen in the movie. What's that green bastard's name? Hawk.
Hulk?
Yeah, the jolly green fuck. When you know he's gonna like hawk out and yar, 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 and he's gonna run at Thanos.
Is that
And
the
he's
Hulk
gonna try to
being performed by Tim Allen? Is that
yeah, arr, 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 arr.
Tim the Toolman Hulk?
Yes, Tim the
What was
Toolman
that?
Hulk. But what I think is gonna happen, Hulk's gonna like try to run up on him like he did the Hulkbuster, and he's gonna go to hit Thanos, and Thanos is just gonna stand there and crack a grin and knock that fuck like 3 different continents to oh Lord Jesus, I can't speak, to the east, the west, the best,
To the west?
yeah, to the west. Yeah,
Could have
but,
knocked that green son bitch to the west.
but
To
wanted
the
to
windows, to the walls.
yeah, to the sweat. No, I wanted to give a shout out to Dylan, you little son bitch. Took my nephew to the WWEs, to the wrestling event.
the good youth, Tim.
Yeah, I don't know what he said.
Yo, well, I was talking to him. He called me after they was leaving the event, and I just gave him some good encouraging words. I mean, he's a good kid already, but I just encouraged him to stay being a good kid.
To the shooter youth.
Yes, to the little youth, them. But just so he can enjoy, and I commended him on his how he's a good critique. And I told him how we talk about him on the show too. So shout out to him.
And he like grinned from ear to ear. He's like, "What?" I was like, "Listen, you're not allowed to listen to those shit. It's just not gonna happen."
Yeah, well, definitely. This is not for him and his peers to listen.
Yeah.
To,
But it like this. Okay, so let me just set the day up. So we're outside the Royal Farms Arena in the Baltimore, Maryland. It was a hot summer day.
Jesus Christ.
That was it. I was waiting for Tristan to kind of like yell at me because he always does that when I do that.
I let Chris take it.
So we get inside, and I went on Facebook Live and was just like, "Oh my god, it's the set," because I haven't been to like a wrestling event in like God knows how long. In
2 days.
well, 4 now. So we get inside, and then he's like, "Where are we sitting? Are we sitting next to Jesus? Are we really high up?" And I'm
What?
like, "No, we're not in the rafters."
The kid wanted to know if he was in the nosebleeds.
Yeah,
Are we sitting next to Jesus?
yeah, we were gonna be watching it in Bucharest.
That's what you call the nosebleed scenes.
And the closer we got to the floor, we were literally right next to the ring. And
So hell.
yeah. And he starts like crying. He's like, "Oh my God, I love you so much." I'm like, "Okay, you're getting tears on my skin. Get away from me."
It burns.
Yeah, it burns. And he's like, I was like, "All right, so fist pound it out." He's like, "I don't fist pound for these things. I hug." And I was like, "Why do you sound like Bailey right now?" So we had,
I don't fist pound. I hug.
yeah. And he made a sign, Chris. I think you'd respect this. He made a sign that says Vince McMahon is sleeping with Roman Reigns. And
Wow.
yeah. So, Chris, you'd
Wow.
understand why I'm
Strong.
saying that.
Expose the
understand.
truth.
And we had a good
That's a
time. It was a
strong
great
sign.
time to be
Strong.
had by all.
The truth
It was
is out
the-
there.
Was that
It
his
was-
first? Was that his first live wrestling event?
That was his first pay-per-view. He's been to Raw and SmackDown, and yeah. So, but that's the only time that we had fun over the Memorial Day weekend. And speaking of things that have come out on the Memorial Day weekends, the DC Universe has dropped
A movie.
Well,
Super Lad.
this is where I go to sleep.
No, they dropped the Wonder Woman, which congratulations to Pat Jenks and Gal Gadot for
Okay.
Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot.
And congrats to all the think pieces that came because of this film.
actually let me rephrase this. Wonder Woman starring Chris Pine.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, there we go.
And then you
And-
you about to make another think piece with that comment alone.
Yeah.
Say what?
That's gonna cause another think piece. That comment alone.
Let me. And first, let me just go off on the tyrant real quick, because you girls have trolled me today. Roland, you were one of them, but Baldness, I'm going to get to you in a smooth sec.
Roll into
But-
Black Girl Nerds.
Yeah, because here's my. I just caught what you did there.
Wait. We were talking about trolling, and he just said of Black Girl Nerds.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what happened.
I'm gonna use that on him the next time I talk to him.
My thing is, nope. I'll get to that. I want you guys to talk about the movie because I was gonna go on a whole rant, and I need the floor. I need the floor. So,
I have nothing to say. I'm gonna walk away on
Chris,
it.
I'm so anxious to hear your thoughts, your opinions. I'm gonna go.
I love that song.
Yeah, the theme song.
I'll never get enough of that Wonder Woman
Jesus.
theme. Is she with you? Is she with you? I thought she was with you. That's the first time I heard it in that ugly ass Bibbs Dodge movie, which, like Planet Earth, she is too good for. That was a piss poor way to introduce that character, which I think, even though we can't take back, we can erase from our memory. This movie, however, though, does do a pretty good job of showing off Wonder Woman and all her skills and backstory, origin, and who's in the what's now. They do spend an awful lot of time on this Steve Trevor character. And I don't really think he was all that relevant. A bit useless in every scene he's in, to say the least. Even, well, okay, at the end he makes himself useful, but that's the last time you ever see him. So it's like he's in the movie for a great deal. I know the whole backstory between her and Steve Trevor. I just don't think it's necessary or relevant anymore. I don't really see the big deal about Captain Steve Trevor. But in any case, I dug it. It was a cool movie. I'm very interested to see another one instead of, the Marvelous Adventures of Steve Trevor, Captain Steve Trevor and his band of minority mercenaries. Like, I mean, they threw a Hispanic dude and a Native American guy in there for good
Enough
measure.
check.
I thought,
Nothing. Go on. It was a Super Friends joke. Go on. I passed it to you.
oh yeah. Oh no. I got you. Sorry, I was not thinking about that shit. But yeah, that was really it was not it for me. I wanted more Diana Prince and less this schmuck. But I guess that was the way to tell her backstory, so we'll never have to see this piece of shit again. Because she'll just be hanging out with these other big boys, the Fishman from the sea and the Brooding Knight and whatever, the Fast Boy, Blackborg, and I guess if Superman comes back from the dead. But I ain't gonna see this movie.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I ain't gonna see that movie anyway because Batman in it, and I don't want to fucking see any more Batman movies or anything he's in. So I'll just wait till the next Wonder Woman movie comes out and check that out. But I thought it was cool. It was a lot of good fun. I dug the action scenes. Maybe they did OD a bit on the slow motion, a tad. But other than that, strategically wrong with it. Besides the fact that it's just come under a lot of scrutiny for various obvious reasons, because the world is full of shitheads. But from my take, it was a fun little ditty, and it was big corny at times. But Patty Jenkins said herself she wanted to make an earnest movie with those wholesome bits of the parts of people who feel like things should be good in humanity, and not everything's got to be surrounded by a bunch of fucking edgelords all the time, complaining about their dead parents and so on and so forth. Some people really do care about the goodness of this world, and she wanted to bring that across in her film, and I think she did a pretty good job of that. And I think the scenes with the Amazons were fucking like, I love all that shit. I like those archers too. I don't mind that shit. But Hawkeye and the rest of them can go get ass fucked from the front. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing another Wonder Woman movie. Hopefully this one is a Wonder Woman movie. And yeah, that's pretty much my take on it.
Great.
Fellers.
It's not on me. It's not on
Great.
me. Tristan,
because I forgot he needs the floor. So therefore,
because he's gonna do a dissertation on it. He has a full oral presentation.
Right. Yeah, he was curious to hear what we thought of this movie. Okay. Honestly, I thought it was a movie. I thought it was okay. I don't know what people saw to say that this was, the most amazingest movie ever, and it's exactly what the DC universe needed, and blah blah blah. I just thought it was a mediocre showing that did an acceptable job, but given the fact that people have been fed literal shit in terms of Biv's dodge and whatever, something that looks like a mediocre showing looks fantastic to most people. I also probably fucked it up for myself because when I saw the first slow motion sequence, I said to myself, let's count and see how many times this happens. And after 25, I was like, well, fuck. So yeah, the 25 slow motion sequences really kind of it was just a little bit too jarring for me. I was not a fan of Chris Pine. I wasn't a fan of his character. I understand that it's a bit of a foil to Diana, and it's that whole like fish out of water story. I also am not a fan of the fact that they had to introduce love of some sort into this movie. I just feel it's a cliche thing that's always done in every movie, of just like, oh, I found love and therefore I have more power.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that either. Sorry.
Also, finding strength from, loving a man. It's just, I don't need it. Wonder Woman just needs to be about Diana and just fucking shit up the way she normally should. What else? Also, I was not a fan of the fact that the sun was only in the first 20 minutes of the movie. Because once she left home and went to London, it was cloudy skies forever. And I guess it just maybe they chose that location because, then they could just have that typical blue dreary filter that they have on all of their fucking DC movies. But literally, the sun did not come up until I think the very end when she beat fucking what's his face, Ares or whatever. But overall, I say that
was that even the sun, or was it just another explosion?
It was probably a lens flare. J.J. Abrams probably took a hold of the fucking movie for a bit. Who knows?
Photoshop.
But I say that to say, I think the character of Diana and Wonder Woman was done really well. I think Gal does a really good job with that. I think the movie did well to show her motivations and to show that she has, depth as a human, as
well, not a human, but as a hero.
Who's breathing
as
into the mic?
Amazon. It's not me. As an Amazon, as a hero, etc. I think they did a really good job with that. I just think a lot of the directorial choices in terms of how the movie was executed could have been done a little bit better. I think the movie could have used a lot more sun. And also, I think there's a few jokes that felt really forced. Specifically with what's his face. Who's the out of the Minority Mercenary Squad, because that's their new name now. The pervy one that like really wanted to date Diana. Whichever his name is.
The Irish one or the Hispanic one?
The Hispanic one. The one who like wanted to like date Diana.
The Irish one.
Oh, he's
Charlie.
Oh, whatever. No, wasn't Charlie the one who like was getting beat up in the bar?
Yeah, he was the Irish one.
Yeah, not him. He doesn't want to date Diana. The other one.
So you meant the Hispanic one?
Yes, the Hispanic one.
Fez on his head. Yeah.
Yeah, because that works. Anyway, I just felt like a lot of his jokes were a little too forced and too expected.
In a head wrap in another scene, right?
I might have missed that. Actually.
Yeah, when they were infiltrating the gala for the castle or whatever the hell, and then he was pretending to be Steve Trevor's chauffeur. He had on a head wrap.
Yeah, he did. He
was a man of 1,000 hats. I'm not too familiar with who this character is supposed to be, but I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, but yeah, so I say that all of that in short, it was mediocre. It was good. I think it was acceptable. I think that's the better word for it. It was an acceptable movie. It was not bad. By no means was it bad, outside of maybe the 25 plus slow motion sequences, but it was a good movie overall. I just think that people are giving it so much
because they've had so little.
Right, they've had so little. So now that you give them, an actual meal after feeding them shit, they're like, "Oh my god, this is fucking lobster. It's delicious." It's like, no.
Yeah, because imagine if they started with this and then they gave us, the Superman movie and then Biv's Dosh. You'd be like, god. Okay, DC's losing it.
Right.
This is actually better in retrospect, and case in point, I do think that this is what DC needed to breathe more life into their dying I guess series of movies that did their universe, whatever the fuck they got planned. But yeah, this is a better, and yeah, I was lied to because I was upset that there was no more sun as well. I thought this was going to be the brightest movie out of all.
It was the brightest movie in the fucking first 30 minutes, and everything was great. You could see everything. The second she left that world,
grim.
It was.
Well, London does look like shit all the time. So, and it was what 19 whatever the fuck.
The sun was out back then.
Not during war, son.
So I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait till y'all done.
War. The sun was like, I'm out of here. These Nazis
to
wild.
Show the grim tone of war and all this stuff. I was just like, ugh. Even in the end, when she was like, I found love and therefore blah blah blah, and this world is great, and I won't have hatred in my heart. I was like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that was gonna happen, and I knew the thing with Steve Trevor eventually was gonna show its ugly head. But for some odd reason, I still didn't like it.
I really didn't want
it's gonna happen doesn't mean I got.
Yeah, I really didn't want.
I honestly think most romances in superhero things are an ass pull. There's no reason. There's no real reason for them to be getting together.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like most times to me, that shit is an ass.
Like in the case of Guardians and maybe anything involving Wolverine, I will accept it just because they're fucking. They would literally fuck whoever they can find. They will just.
No, I get it in
attach
Guardians
themselves to everyone.
No, I get it in Guardians because Peter is horny all the time.
Right.
He's supposed to be. That's his thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I don't want to
he'll bang any alien broad. It don't matter.
Right. So that makes sense for the sake of the movie, but I don't want to hear the first 30 minutes of oh, men are unnecessary. They're only used for procreation. I know what you all are about. You all are evil. And then 45 minutes later, it's like, but you're different now.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy that opens her eyes and her mind to the ways of man, his valor and bravery. Why him?
Another movie putting white man on a pedestal. Sense. Whatever.
He's done nothing. She even called him
Okay.
a coward. How do you call this guy a coward and then sleep with him?
I just wanted to give you, Phoenix, some quick news off the DC note on the Marvel note that your friend got a Marvel check.
Who?
DJ Khaled.
How?
He's in a Spider-Man commercial.
Oh,
Does he give Spider-Man a major key to the city or something? Is he like
Nah,
the mayor
but
of New York?
No, but he does. No, Spider-Man is on the phone getting ready for NBA Finals party, and he has to get the snacks. He goes in the store, and Khaled's on the line, and then the girls in there is like, "Can we take a picture?" And Khaled's at first looking like the pictures with him, and they go to take it with Spider-Man. He takes the pictures, another one, and then he just,
oh my
then he
God.
swings out the store. With
God bless him, making
Man,
so much money, but
shout out to Khaled.
He's
That's one man I would not
ruining
expect to
every
get a
brand.
Marvel check. But
Speaking of people getting a Marvel check, I forgot to say something about what Phoenix said about the Guardians and how it's all like supposed to be a family dynamic. You know what else has that same dynamic? Fast and the Furious. You know who's the same person in that movie that's in Guardians? Yes. Vin Diesel loves family movies.
Yeah.
It's family orientated. All of these people are gathered together, this ragtag group of rogues.
He
just
loves
come
some
together and make
ragtags.
ragtags. Vin Diesel loves a ragtag group. I heard that's the plot of the last Triple X movie he was in also. Like I heard
He's
I heard
getting
his
a
group
family.
of his group of people were like all like just a bunch of shitlords, and then they came together. And one of them is a fucking DJ. I don't know how you get on a team of like killers and you're whatever.
Lucio
In
did
any
it.
case, shout out to Vin Diesel and his.
You
family,
said
all of
Lucio.
his
Did
family.
you just say Lucio did it?
Yep.
Lucio.
Move to the beat.
Wow.
Move to the beat.
Why are you so angry?
We're gonna do great. But yeah, so
Why are you so angry?
what's it called? So the Cavs were winning and they just blew it, and now they're down 3-0.
Okay.
Nice.
Phoenix, that's game 3 of the NBA Finals. Phoenix, what do you have to say?
Oh, he's
About,
waiting. He's been waiting for this floor.
And
Well-
mascara.
I'm so sorry. I was just so caught up by these Special Olympic finals that you're all speaking about. My thing.
Views of Phoenix do not represent the Phoenix. Wait a minute. Yeah, they do. Never mind.
To me, Wonder Woman, first and foremost, just because someone doesn't like the movie does not make them a sexist. I think a lot of people need to get the fuck off their goddamn high horse. That's the first goddamn thing.
Think
Second of
piece.
all, no, this isn't a think piece for me. It's
You
just
would like this
really-
movie if it was called Wonder Man.
Like someone, okay, here's my thing. To me, I thought the movie just toted the line. It didn't raise the bar. It didn't meet the bar. It didn't, well, for DC's sake, it didn't fall under the bar like the other two. But here's my issue. I'm holding this and I'm sitting there the whole time like, okay, all right, reviews were good. Everyone's just like, this is some good finaglage that's going to happen here. And next thing you know, I'm sitting in this movie. I'm like, oh, they opened strong. They're opening good. There's Claire Underwood. Yep, there's her just sitting there.
Not Claire.
I know her name's Robin Wright, but I just see her and I'm like, Claire. It was great. And then the real star of the movie, Chris Pines, it's gonna sound like Dallas with a speech impediment. Chris Pine's character just comes sailing through the darkness and just skerblats into the Mediterranean Sea or the Pacific or the Atlantic. I don't know where the hell he landed. We'll call it the Bermuda Triangle because that's what it sounds like. And then from there, it literally became his movie.
Yeah.
From the moment he's introduced to the moment he fucking dies. My biggest issue, as I said with this, is if this is a Wonder Woman story, then Gail Gadot should have been it should have centered around her. It shouldn't have been Chris Pine he's working for British intelligence. However, he's talking like he has a great American accent because he's American, but somehow I'm supposed to believe he's from London and he works for MI6 and he's born and bred in London. But yet you sound like you came straight out of someone's New Jersey. Not buying that at all.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, when you look at this, yes, this is the best DC movie since Nolan. But again, as I continuously say, that does not say much. Marvel looked at this movie, I'm more than sure, and the writers of Captain Marvel looked at this movie and was like, oh, no, we good. We ain't got nothing to worry about. This was mediocre at best. And that's exactly what the film was. It wasn't a bad movie, but it sure as fuck wasn't a good movie. It was mediocre at best. And for this to be the first major motion picture superhero film and big budget film of a female lead rather, then it should have brought it. Like with Black Panther in February. If this movie does not bring it, it needs to be better than any superhero movie that preceded it. It needs to be better than just because of like the importance of it being an all black cast.
Isn't that the model
black
that every
director.
black person gives themselves, that they have to do twice as hard? You have to be like twice
Yeah,
as
it
like,
is.
whatever.
And I felt like this is what that movie should have done. It should have raised the bar, and that's how I'm going to grade Black Panther. If this movie does not come in 10 out of 10 for me, Black Panther does not come in 10 out of 10 for me, I'll be more than happy to sit here and slam it. But the biggest piece that I know Black Panther will have that Wonder Woman did not,
Black
is,
power.
well, that too.
Black people in
Yeah.
London.
Well, that too, is continuity. Because, and now correct me if I'm wrong here, in Biv's Dodge, this goddamn one, ooh, it's great calling something very rude. This Wonder Woman said that I lost all faith in humanity and yada yada whoop de whoop de whoop. But somehow at the end of this goddamn movie, when she jumped off the London Bridge or something stupid, and she's like, I will always fight for humanity and I will always be there. You just contradicted yourself in a movie that you debuted in a smooth year ago.
Well, maybe the 90s pop era happened and she lost her faith in humanity again.
She
saw the Backstreet Boys and she was like, no, I didn't sign up for this world.
It's just, the movie, I'll say this, I will never watch this movie again. If it came down to me watching this or Biv's Dodge, I would take Biv's Dodge any day of the week. I can't deal with this movie. And it's not to say that it's a horrible movie. It's just mediocre. It's just okay.
It was mediocre. They had way too much Chris Pine in it. Although I'm thinking about it now, and I could totally see what's her name, Patty, the director?
Yeah, Patty Jenkins.
I could totally see Patty Jenkins giving this movie to the producers, completely full of Diana, 100%, all there, and the producer is just old and white, just sitting there like, can we have more of that white guy? He's great. Just like, we have to make this marketable.
So, I mean, I didn't see it, so I've only listened to bits and pieces of y'all review of it.
Earmuffs.
The way everyone making it seem, so they're bigging it up as this female hero movie, but it didn't necessarily really put her out there as it should have.
I mean, it gives her moments. I just think that they gave a lot of unnecessary time to people that were not her. Let's put it like that. It's not to say like she's not in
I'm gonna see it this weekend.
Or it's not to say
it's on
like,
Cody. Don't waste your money.
Oh my God! Please
Like-
don't let me do. I have to support the culture.
No, don't waste your money.
Which culture? Anyway, it's not to say that like Chris Pine is in scenes and Wonder Woman is not, or like he gets time and she's not really there. It's just like they're always together. It's like it's almost like a buddy flick at that point once he's in the movie.
Yeah, but it's kind of, and I'm not gonna lie, I really thought that you were gonna be like for this movie. That's why I didn't pay attention to anything that you may have said on social media, but I was like, I'm gonna be the only one that really didn't care for this movie.
The only thing I said on social media was we finally got, or what was it? Like we got what the DC Universe or whatever it got we deserved, a movie.
A hero.
But that's sad though. Like I'm glad that it's making the money. I'm glad that it's doing this. But I'll tell you what,
Oh yeah, this is
But-
good for the.
But
for,
but it's bad. I mean, I guess it's not like the worst movie or anything ever. So the thing is that, like you said, DC needs to do bad in order to know that they need to revamp and do better. But I guess they're kind of seeing that with the way they're handling Justice League and all the revamping and shit that they're doing with it.
They're doing substantial reshoots. And here's the thing. With June, August, they're doing substantial reshoots. So this means, mind you, if you're doing substantial reshoots, this movie has to be finished and edited in a 60-day time frame when you're done doing these reshoots.
Joss can do it.
I'm not saying that he can't. My thing is, this lets me know that, guess what? They did not have faith in Snyder to begin with. And it's sad to say, and take what you want from this. I know I don't mean this any way derogatory. The death of his daughter, in my personal opinion, or Zack Snyder's daughter, was the excuse for WB to be like, take your time, do this, but shoe fly shoe.
Are you saying that this is a conspiracy?
No. What I'm
Are you
saying
saying
is
that the Illuminati came to try and save Justice League?
It gave him a easier way to could part ways without it looking like them in the middle of shooting and just thinking like, yo, this is gonna be a freaking flop, and them firing him or putting in all this money.
Yeah, we're in no way suggesting that the WB had Snyder's daughter.
Well, no, we're not saying that part. It's just that, unfortunately,
because that is what Tristan is saying.
Every corners
catalyst, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I see what Phoenix is saying. I
just wanted to hurry up and connect these fucking dots.
Oh yeah, no.
Look at the time frame this movie is coming out. It's supposed to come out 2 weeks before or after Thor Ragnarok. In a couple of weeks before Star Wars. That means this movie has no way of making substantial money. They should push this movie back.
They should.
It's not gonna make it.
They should rockstar it. They should definitely rockstar it. But they're not.
It's not gonna make it.
They're not gonna rework their product or make it better like Rockstar.
It doesn't matter anyway because there's Batman in it, so it's gonna suck.
That's my biggest point.
It has Batfleck.
You're putting this movie out with arguably because Feige said years ago when they announced Thor Ragnarok, this will have an impact that the Winter Soldier had on the MCU years ago. And by the looks of it, the movie looks damn good.
I'm pretty excited for it. I saw the trailer on TV other than watching it on my phone. And again, seeing it again, I was kind of pretty excited.
I love the Winter Soldier. Have I ever told you guys that?
Well,
that Puerto Rican knife fight he had with Captain America in the street?
Did you say Puerto Rican knife fight?
Yeah. But the movie has one character in it that's guaranteeing to sell tickets, and that's the Hulk.
Yeah.
Zaulk.
Well, yeah, that's
because we tried to tell Drew the other day, this movie's got nothing to do with the actual Thor Ragnarok story.
Well, no,
it's a couple of different stories plugged into this movie, just so happened to be titled Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Ragnarok in it.
Well, I didn't finish Planet Hulk yet, but
that don't mean it's not going to be good.
Well, that was the thing too, where instead of doing it backwards, where I read Civil War prior to watching it, but some of the other movies where I watched it and then went back and read the original story of that these was formatted from, I wanted to read that too, and then that's when y'all tell me all that like it's not Ragnarok. So
and on top of everything, I personally, I don't really fuck with Thor Ragnarok as a comic anyway, so I wouldn't recommend it to you. But it's fine, it's readable.
I like some Hulk books. I mean, Hulk was hilarious in Old Man Logan.
The Planet Hulk and World War Hulk books I can recommend and wholeheartedly say yes. These are good things to read because Planet Hulk is what they took some inspiration for his appearance in this movie.
We're co-workers.
It's obvious. If you look at the cover of Planet Hulk, it looks like this shit.
Yeah, the way he's dressed and everything. I started reading it the other night, but it's a pretty hefty book, so it's going to take a few sittings. Cause and then if I read the tie-ins also, which I highly doubt. Reading tie-ins is so annoying.
Yeah,
it is exhausting.
I hate that they do that.
Well, let's do this so we can tie in the end of the show.
So overall, out of 10, what do you guys give it before I even see it?
Wonder Woman, I give it a 4.5.
6.
Not anyone else other than Phoenix. 6, okay.
I give it a 7.5.
Oh, really?
0.5.
Yeah,
Really?
I give it a 7.5 because I really dig the action and the campy bits of it. Plus,
Actually, sorry. I just remembered 2 things. The CG was horrible.
That it was.
Yeah,
The
that's
CG was horrible.
That's what Della was saying after he
That-
thought initially.
When little Diana was falling from that shit looked like TV.
Okay, just because you all have gave it such high praise, I'll give it a 5.
Acceptable. And then
Um,
also, as much as I love that fucking golden lasso, I forget where it was. The second action sequence, I forget where it was, where she was like really using it effectively. It looks so fake.
Yeah, it literally looks
It
like
looks
nah,
so
dude.
fake.
When she was back to back with Steve Trevor, when they were in the middle of the shit, she was whipping that bitch all over. That shit looked cool as hell.
It looked cool, yes, but fake still.
I'm not saying
I
the
need it
action
to look
sequences weren't great because they were, except for when she
How
fought
the fuck you want
that Viking
a
at the
light
end.
up lasso to look real?
I want it to look like she's actually holding a goddamn rope.
She was.
I don't
but
want it to
was
look
just
like
light
post
up.
production.
but before we go,
Hey, look.
this 2 cents. I mean, I just feel this talk about it real quick of what did I ready to talk about, or if anyone have any rants of the think piece or the new geek Twitter, because when I sent it to y'all,
End of the show.
I know we're leaving, but it was something else I want to talk about in the show. But when the article about someone complaining about making a like a female, what was it, a female version of some character, like there's like, why don't we make like they just created characters.
Oh, the
Panther.
female Black Panther, which would be Shuri, who was Black Panther once. Yeah, that's a long way from happening. Next.
But that's not just like why I don't really understand.
Why is there no Black Pantherette?
Like, yeah, I just don't understand.
Don't worry about none of this dumb shit because people
I
don't read
know.
comics and they're just talking out of their ass.
It's just so wild to me that like this, how everyone's so opinionated now on comics, and like we did talk about this and really don't know shit.
Because
Like, read the comics.
everybody's a pundit now.
Are they looking for
It
some
don't even
sort of
gotta be comics.
They're looking for representation in some shit that is already actually there. It's just that I forget. Yeah, it's
Come
not
on.
worth talking about
like,
it.
Fucking like a month ago, people were complaining there's not enough Black people in anime. Like, give me a fucking break. I don't have time to sit around and complain and discuss and tell people right from wrong about the shit that they want to see and don't see in the realm of fiction. I really don't have fucking time for that.
And there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah, and like you said, it is fiction. If you don't like it, make the shit yourself. Like, what the fuck?
And and it's not even about making it yourself, motherfucker. There's a plethora types of different
There's a
heroes and
plethora.
villains out there. No bullshit. Like I was just tripping over my words. I said villains.
There's no reason.
Is that a drug?
Like, there's no reason for the amount of complaining I see from Black Geek Twitter that Black Panther comic got canceled due to lack of support.
Honestly, deadass. Forget about that. It's people like somebody said something about making a Storm movie. Like honestly,
yeah, that too.
cool, great, whatever. But here's the thing: you want female Black superheroes to be relevant and exist in big screen media. Yeah, I get it. Everybody wants to see something that looks like them in all aspects of what they fuck with. But guess what? You couldn't name 2 Black female superheroes if one wasn't Storm. If I gave anybody the opportunity who was complaining about that shit, I said, give me 2 and don't give me Storm. They would probably give me Misty Knight and just sit there like, because they don't know another fucking one.
They would, some of them might not even. They might not even give
people out
Misty
there.
Knight. They
And
probably
you
wouldn't even
don't
give
know.
her.
No,
Oh.
like there's a million of these of different types of heroes and villains, but they don't know because they don't honestly, in earnest, support the shit. They just want what they want to fit in their agenda. If you were really supporting this shit, books that I love wouldn't get canceled all the fucking time. Because people who claim to love the shit don't fucking support it. People who claim to want more of it don't even fucking know that it exists. So you either get up off your high horse and start reading and putting money towards the shit, or shut the fuck up.
Well, that's the problem. We can't get people to shut up because things like Twitter has made it so easy to turn into fucking diaries.
That's always good about shutting up.
The end of the
It's the
show.
end of the show.
I know you want to go. Hey, I wanted to go anyway.
Ooh.
It was just that shit just really made me laugh of like just the constant complaints of like I mean, we get to enjoy stuff, but it's just like when do you enjoy something when all you do is go to something to look at a way to dissect it or to complain about it? Like, how do you live life like that?
That's why the only time I talk about that shit is here, because I couldn't, if I had to sit and respond to all of that shit on a daily basis when people say it on Twitter, I would get nothing done.
You would be rolling.
Yeah, I'd be fucking. That's exactly what I would be, responding to every student.
Yeah, I just read it. I don't
comes across my
respond.
timeline.
I don't, except for that one time, the back and forth.
I scroll past it and laugh because I can't for the life of me stand there and reply to this fucking idiot and tell them that they're wrong and they don't know what they're talking about. I'll just let them stew in their own ignorance. I don't got time to be everybody's teacher. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Moving on the couch.
Tristan,
I'm
probably rolling around in
I'm
his
just here
Steve Urkel
organizing.
sleeping bag.
I'm organizing my comics.
I need to buy one actually.
I'm organizing.
Wait, do we have enough time for E3 predictions? Or
Oh yeah, we're getting ready. I'm excited for Sunday. Sunday's gonna
Okay,
be
so
great.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. You say one thing, it moves straight on to the next.
I have nothing to say. I'm just waiting for Scorpio next.
Samesies.
Rival Schools 3.
Never gonna happen.
Next. You might as well say
My
Kingdom
dreams.
Yeah, just say Kingdom Hearts
Microsoft is going to shock the world. $3.99.
That would be good. Did y'all watch the video about the developer kits that they have going out? It looks like, even though we haven't seen the stuff that we complain about that we need the games, it looks like that focus is there.
No, dude, I didn't watch that fucking video. You want me to be confused by more technical nerd shit?
No, they didn't say a lot. They didn't really say a lot of technical nerd shit. But
remember
basically,
when we listened to that fucking
Yeah, when we
podcast?
listened to that
Man, you know I don't
idea
like
what
no
they're talking
math.
yo, man, what's all these big words? Sound like you insulting me, motherfucker. Well, basically, in the dev kit video, they shipped out to third-party and first-party developers a beefed-up version of the Scorpio for them. So they added little things to make it easier for them to develop their games and stuff. So it looks like they're definitely that is there where they want to ensure that we get quality games. It doesn't guarantee that we don't get broken games like Friday the 13th, but
No Man's Sky,
or No Man's Sky, or false
games.
advertisement, or that other one that didn't really. What's the Last Guardian? Really
Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5. Even Tekken recently, I know, have server issues, but
not only server issues, the game is broken.
it is. Oh, I didn't even really know that much.
People are complaining like fuck. Not like way past that Devil Jin video we saw of dude just juggling with the eye lasers.
Oh yeah, with the eye laser. Oh my god.
Like it's broken with a bunch of different characters. There's a couple videos out there, but
okay.
buyer beware. 40 gigs, motherfucker.
40 gigs.
Buyer beware.
Well, yeah, but I do think, like Phoenix said, they're gonna shock the world. Not only in price, I hope they have a fucking
With
trump
tasers?
card.
Are they just gonna come out and taser the whole Sony community?
No, I think there has to be some game that they have to really, really shake it up and get everyone excited. And with
Kingdom
the
Hearts
rumor,
3.
no,
God of
definitely
War
not.
5.
What I said, Microsoft, but
I know, I heard you.
oh, okay. But it looks like it's from the video and in the teaser. It looks like it's going to be an October release on a Friday as the Xbox One. And another big thing with this was that the Xbox One the Scorpio is going to be released in China on release, where the One wasn't. So that will probably help boost sales. So,
Wow.
Comes free with your own pork bun.
Chris, take
All
us
right.
out.
Well,
Woo.
are we gonna do shout outs?
nah, I'm good. I don't know
Thanks
if
to
you-
listeners for tuning in this week. We love you all. Next week we'll have a plethora of things, which I have to talk to the three of you about anyway.
Plethora.
Third time we
Yeah.
said plethora in this show. Good
Yeah.
God.
Plethora!
Young
Anyway,
concubines.
take us out, goddamn Chris.